Good morning, everyone. Myself, Vivek Bangade, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC, Science and Technology, Rajankote, Bengaluru. In today, we're going to see the third concept, that is correlated nested query. In previous video, we discussed some of the nested queries and some basic concept on the more complex bounty query. So today, we're going to start with the correlated nested query. Here, what is correlated nested query means? Here we have a where condition. This where clause in the nested query references some attribute of a relation declared by the outer query. Those two queries we say it as a nested query. Here in this example, see this where class e.ssn. So we once this outer query get executed, once this outer query get executed, we get the result of this one, result of this outer query. This result of this outer query is going to be compared with the value of this inner query. Then this where clause is is going to be referencing this attribute value. So this type of queries we say it as a correlated nested query. One example here: retrieve the name of each employee who has a dependent with the same first name and same gender as the employee. So what we have to retrieve the name of each employee who has a dependent. We have a dependent table in the employee, so we have to retrieve the employee information who have a dependent. How to retrieve the employee information, also dependent information, with the same first name and the gender as the employee. So we need to retrieve name of the employee means first name and the last name from employee table. We're going to we are retrieving these two attribute value from the table employee. So employee has e, so e dot first name and e dot last name, where e dot ssn. So what is the we're going to find out with the help of ssn of the employee. So e dot ssn in place of in, we can give the equal operator. In select ESSN from dependent, where E dot F name is equal to dependent name and E dot 6 equal to 6. So what is the value we get from this table here? We're going to depend the value. We're going to depend the value. So here we're going to compare the E dot 6 with the E dot 6 of the dependent table. So we have dependent table. We're going to compare. So we're going to compare the first name. First name E dot name is equal to dependent name. So dependent name is what? Alias. Then the employee first name is what? John. So if these two are not equal, so we now need of checking with the gender. So next is what? Third and so joy. All these values is not equal to the employee table. Is not equal to the employee table, the first name table. So we're going to compare. Here we will get the output like alias where you will get the aliska, because here we have the dependent name alias equal to, here we have the alias, right? So these two are equal. So then the gender is what? Female. We're going to check the gender is what? Female. So both these two values are same. So we're going to consider the alias. But how we're going to consider? We're going to take the ESS number. So 333 is the result for the outer query. This is the result for the outer query is what? For outer query, the result is this one is 333 This is the result for this outer query. This result you're going to compare with the inner query. So after comparing, we'll get the result like Aliska, then Zilanda. That is the first name and last name of the employee who is having a dependent with the same first name and the sex. That is the gender. So in SQL, we're going to apply the contain compare operator. So this contain compare operator is going to compare two sets or multi-sets. It's going to check the two values. For example, we're having in place of 333 we got two values like 333 and 888. So we're going to compare these two values with the inner query with the help of contains. So contain operator compares two sets of values and returns true if one set contains one value in the other set. For an example, retrieve the name of each employee who works on all the project controlled by the department number 5. I need to retrieve the name of each employee who works on the project which is controlled by the department number 5. So select first name, last name from employee. Where select project number from works on table. We got this attribute value from works on table. Where SSN equal to ESSN. Contents select P number from project with department number equal to 5. Here we're going to get the number of project. Okay, we're going to get, like, for example, get 1, 2, 3 project, like number like 1, 2, 3 project number. We're going to check this project number with this here. We're going to check the number of this project here. So it contains, we're going to check the set of values with the other inner queries. So if it is equal, if it is true, then the result will get the result like first name and last name. This is how the correlated nested query. Here, correlated nested query, the output of this one, this attribute value is going to be used by the referenced by the attribute of the inner query. Then we say it as a correlated nested query. The next is the exit and unique function in SQL. The exit function in SQL is used to check whether the result of the correlated query is empty or not. Once we get the result of this query, if the result is empty, then we're going to say that the result of the exist is a boolean value true or false. Not exist means vice versa. If the result is empty, then the result is true. If the result is not empty, the result is false. We're going to apply a boolean expression. Right, the exist function in order to check whether the output of this correlated nested query is empty or not. If it is empty, the result is true. If it is not empty, the result is false. Example, retrieve the name of employee who have no dependents. Retrieve the name of employee who have no dependents. Select first name, last name, where from employee. These two attributes are going to be taken from the employee table, where not exist, select star from dependent, where SSN is equal to ESSN. So we are taking who has no dependent. That's why we're using the not exist. If we are using have dependents, we're going to use the exist keyword. Example, list the name of manager who have at least one dependent. List the name of manager at least one dependent. Select first name and last name from employee where exist. If dependent is exist, select star from dependent where SSN equal to ESSN, and exist, select star from department where SSN equal to manager SSN. From here we will get the dependent information. We are going to compare the dependent information with the manager information. If dependent is exist, we are going to take it as a result. And we have one more keyword called unique keyword. The SQL function unique, which returns true if there are no duplicate tuples in the result of query. For example, we got the result if that result doesn't have a same value. For example, alias, alias, alias. If we got three values with the same values in the result, then this, if you use a unique keyword, then it will be false, because it will consider only the one value in the result. If three values are there, it will convert the three values into only as a one value in the resulting information. This is what the exist and unique function are going to used in the